Everybody experienced the pandemic years differently. We wanted to know how differently and what people need to recover and thrive. So we went on a listening tour. With Neighbourhood Houses Victoria, we held 12 face-to-face sessions across Victoria. 200 people told us their story, their fears, their hopes. We also spoke to 550 people on the phone. So what did we hear? First, that people are still feeling it. 2/3 of people say they're still affected negatively. More than a third remain worried about catching COVID. People say they're resilient, but there are only so many times they can bounce back. COVID challenged communities in different ways. Government restrictions, health threats, loneliness, isolation, they all played a role. Here are some of the big ones. If you were sick, in pain, or struggling before the pandemic, chances are this continued or got worse during the pandemic. Medical checkups were missed, surgeries were delayed. Not everyone could use telehealth. 2/3 of people named poor mental health as among their biggest concerns. People were at home alone, cut off from their friends, family, and support networks. Even when restrictions lifted, many feared going out or were unsure how to connect. One man told us he'd only seen 2 people in 2 weeks. There should be more people in a life than that. Almost every government service got pushed online, even big ones like Centrelink and childcare. If you couldn't access these services, then you struggled to get help. As one mum of a 16-year-old boy with a learning difficulty but no computer put it, how are they supposed to complete TAFE online? Everyone was talking about how expensive things are. Food, petrol, rent, everything. One woman's rent was eating up a staggering 80% of her income. I had to have a second job just to live, she said. Housing itself was a big concern. People were experiencing homelessness for the first time or teetering on the edge of homelessness because rents and other expenses kept growing. One teenager in emergency accommodation said she felt unsafe and wanted to get out of there. On the bright side, people told us the pandemic had made some things better. Neighbourhoods found new ways to connect and support each other, with little libraries, food programs, and COVID-safe street gatherings. Some people said they liked life slowing down and enjoyed spending more time with their immediate family. Others, particularly people in regional Victoria, said telehealth made seeing a doctor easier. Others talked positively about being driven to learn new skills, like how to video chat with their grandchildren. VCOS has listened to all these stories, experiences and insights, and we've developed 4 recommendations to make Victoria better, stronger and more connected. Here they are. Support people to meet pressing needs, such as paying for essentials, combating loneliness and affording a safe and appropriate place to live. Remove all the barriers making it hard for people to participate fully in their community and local economy. Invest in the foundations of a good life. Things like housing, inclusion, and community connection that safeguard people from hardship and ill health. And make Victoria a well-being economy. This will involve more consultation, similar to our listening tour, to understand what Victorians want for their futures. The Voices of Victoria listening tour was funded by the Victorian Government and supported by Neighbourhood Houses Victoria. We thank everyone who shared their story. To read our findings in more detail, visit vcos.org.au/Voices of Victoria.